Hey everybody, this is Craig from 9V Games. This is a funny angle. I look like I'm fucking dying. I'm not. This is... I don't fucking know. I think this is the sixth part of my game collection. Anyways, we're gonna do the PlayStation 2, even though I wanted to do what was fucking on the other rack, but I got enough requests for my PS2 that I'll do it. I don't know why you guys want it so bad. I already have my PS2 collection up, but... new place, new setting, new environment, new video. Right? Right. Let's do this. I am missing one game that you guys will notice. When I get to it, I'll comment on it because the person who has it will watch this and they need to give it back. Okay, so we'll start with the A's. Oh, let me just take all of them out. Fuck it. Fuck me. Okay. Boop. Activision Anthology. Like I said in my previous video, I do play a lot of Atari games, so naturally I would have the Activision Anthology because it's 2600 classics. Not 2600 games, it's from the Atari 2600. Plus it's got Pitfall. If you don't like Pitfall, you're fucking weird. Nice generic case. Amplitude, and I also have Frequency, go hand in hand as being the godfathers of... I can't say rhythm games because it's absolutely not true, but of the, Jesus Christ. Guitar heroes, your DJ hero, your band hero, your rock band, blah, 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 blah. Because it's harmonics. It's where harmonics started. And those games are substantially better than Guitar Hero, DJ Hero, Rock Band, Band Hero, any of that crap. 10 times better. The Bouncer, which I will vouch for and say The Bouncer is an awesome game. I actually did a remake this about that game. Specifically, I think that Bouncer needs to have a sequel. There needs to be Bouncer 2. Absolutely. Square Enix, get the fuck on it. I don't know what's wrong with you. Breath of Fire, Dragon Quarter. Nice Capcom RPG. Breath of Fire is great. That's also one I wish they would continue, is Breath of Fire. I know JRPGs are kind of in a slump. They're all changing things. And people want them, too. I don't understand. I'm going to say this right now. People want the old-ass style JRPGs. And you can thank Nipponichi for carrying it on. You can thank Atlas and Xseed for bringing them here. And the amount that they actually fly off the shelves, like take I know Ni no Kunai is different, but take like Ni no Kunai and look how successful it was. That is an import by a small company, imported it to America and made it available, and that shit is like sold out. I think, what was the other one? Xenoblade that people tell me to play on Wii. I've seen a lot of Xenoblade. I've never actually played it. I really want to play it. I'm hyped to play it. It's expensive as fuck, guys. So if you have Xenoblade and you want me to play it, you should just send it. Yeah. Champions Return to Arms. I will still play this game online with anybody. It's an isometric view dungeon crawler. Obviously, like in the vein of Diablo and stuff. Just hack and slash loot, hack and slash loot, hack and slash loot. Awesome game to play with people. Contra, Shattered Soldier. Hard as fuck. It's Contra. It's the original. I mean, it's not the original Contra, but it is like, it plays like the original Contras. Clock Tower 3. Clock Tower is an amazing series. I think when I did my scariest moments, Scissor Man from regular Clock Tower was on there. Dragon Ball Z Budokai. That's the only Budokai that I still own. Obviously, I have the HD collection, which I showed off, but Budokai is amazing. Alright, let's take out this stack of games. I'm going to try and do this quickly because I do have a lot of PS2 games for me. Devil May Cry. This one's the 5th anniversary collection. It's got 1, 2, and 3 special edition. Now, there's a difference between special edition and not special edition. It's actually a huge difference. Devil May Cry 3, when it was first released, was so ridiculously hard that they re-released special edition with an easier difficulty. Anyone who's played obviously, I bought Devil May Cry 3 the day it came out. The day that it came out. And it is substantially harder than Special Edition. Special Edition also has more extra shit in it, too. So, obviously, your best bet is to get Special Edition. Dawn of Mana. Let me say that. I'm sorry, I gotta say that correctly. Devil May Cry 3 Special Edition still has the difficulty that 3 had. Just to clarify, so nobody comes on here and is like, you don't know what you're talking about. I probably shouldn't have done that voice, but I did anyways. Eternal Poison. Eternal Poison is, plays like Disgaea. One suggestion, if you ever play Eternal Poison, shut off cutscenes when you're doing moves. Because it's so ridiculous with the loading. The game's fun, and that just cuts the fun right in half. Frequency, like I said, it's actually the game that precedes Amplitude. You basically just play songs by going through the different tracks, like the drums, the guitars, the bass, the vocals, synthesizers, blah blah blah, and you use the face buttons or you can use the triggers to do it. It's definitely a fun test of your reflexes. Final Fantasy X, I think we all know how I feel about that. I love Final Fantasy X. Final Fantasy 12, which I absolutely hated until I played 13, and I really started to appreciate 12 for what it was. Front Mission 4. Front Mission 4 I've never touched. It's the only game in this rack that I have never touched. Ever. And I like Front Mission 1 through 3. Guilty Gear Accent Core Plus. I love Guilty Gear. That's all I can say about it. I don't know if I've ever done a Guilty Gear video. Anyone who's savvy at my videos, tell me if I've done a Guilty Gear video. If not, I'm going to do one. Harvey Birdman. I actually did a Let's Play for the first level. I did a review for it. I love Harvey Birdman. It's just Ace Attorney. It's a very short Ace Attorney with Harvey Birdman characters and setting and, style humor. Plus Capcom made it and they infused some of their stuff in there, so you'll occasionally see a Street Fighter. I think one is Peanut stole Ryu's ID, and it shows him at a bar trying to get a drink and he couldn't get one because he didn't have his fucking ID on him. That shit was hilarious. Alright. There's two games that I actually don't like in here. Katamari Damacy. I fucking love Katamari. We all know how I feel about Katamari. Kingsfield. The Ancient City. Kingsfield games are hard as fuck. You can thank Kingsfield for the existence of Dark Souls and Demon Souls. King of Fighters 11. I'm a huge King of Fighters fan. King of Fighters 2006, which is a 3D one. Not as good. I got my ass kicked. I did a video for it when I picked that game up, and I got my ass kicked. These two games I'm not really super fond of, but I played them. Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts 1 was amazing when it came out, and then past that, I'm just not really a huge Kingdom Hearts fan. I don't know. It doesn't get me like it gets other people, I guess. I am just upset because Kingdom Hearts runs off, and not a lot of people know this. Kingdom Hearts runs off of like the same, besides the whole RPG and like story aspect, Kingdom Hearts runs off the same style of fighting and whatnot as the Bouncer, where you have your Trinity and it's a closed off area and all three of you are fighting at the same time. So when I played Kingdom Hearts, I was like, this is the Bouncer with more RPG element and Disney characters. That's really it. Legaia 2. Legends of Legaia is one of my favorite RPGs on PlayStation 1. Legaia 2, not as good, but it's still Legaia. I think it's not as good because it's like the same exact game, and it just looks a little better. Mega Man Anniversary Collection is a must-have. Might as well start putting these in order since they're not. Mega Man X Collection. Obviously, Mega Man X. Mega Man X 1 through 7. And then I have Mega Man... No, 1 through 6. Mega Man X 7. Some of these are not in order, so I'm going to put them in order. Max Payne 1 and 2. Obviously, you got to have Max Payne in your collection somewhere. PS2 is not the way to go with Max Payne, but I have them on Xbox too, digitally. Obviously, PC is the best way to play Max Payne. That's the only time you're ever going to hear me say that. Manhunt. Fucking love Manhunt. Did a video for that already. This was from the Anniversary Collection as well of Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3. And no, that's not like a PS2 version of Metal Gear Solid. That is the PS1 version in a PS2 box. I also have 2 more copies of Metal Gear Solid 2. This is Sons of Liberty regular edition. No, this was the greatest hits. This is the regular edition. I used to actually really like these games. Medal of Honor. So Frontline and Vanguard. Because like I said, I really did used to like them. I couldn't get so much into them now. I do have the new Medal of Honor. I haven't even opened it yet. Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, which I did own at one time, magically disappeared, so I had to get a generic case one. Shaolin Monks is one of the best beat-em-ups. I haven't done a Shaolin Monks video yet. That's what I'm doing. Shaolin Monks is one of the best beat-em-ups and co-op beat-em-ups that you can play. Hands down. Even by today's whatever. That is one of the best. And I'll do a video about it, detailing it. Neo Geo Battle Coliseum, which this one's really obsolete because I have the arcade perfect one on Xbox Live Arcade. Obscure the Aftermath, which Justin and I tried to play, and it was just so fucking terrible. It was so terrible, guys. Here's one that's infamous for being terrible. Parappa the Rappa 2. Substantially worse than the first Parappa. It's still Parappa, but it's so much worse. Rule of Rose. I bought that game because there's a lot of love for it back in the day, and I'm big into survival horror games, and Rule of Rose is like one that everyone's like, you need to play. And there's another one called Haunting Ground that I want to play. I didn't get that one yet. That's from Capcom. But Rule of Rose was a really fucked up game, and it's from Atlas. And I've always liked Atlas, but like Rule of Rose is where I started to like really appreciate Atlas as a company. And like you guys are like expanding your range than little chibi fucking RPG characters. Whoa, you sound broken. Radiata Stories is one PS2 RPG that I will vouch for to anybody. You need to play Radiata Stories. Somebody's about to come through that door and it's going to be loud as fuck. RPG Maker 2. I don't know why I own that. I don't use it. I know that people actually, there's been, what is that, The Curse? There's a game that's been made off of it. I don't want to look it up right now, but it's actually a pretty famous game. Corpse Party. Corpse Party was made off of RPG Maker 2. Rogue Galaxy, another fine RPG on the PS2. Who made Rogue Galaxy? I didn't say it on here. I think it was just made by Sony. It was a wicked fun RPG, wicked long. Let's grab some more of these. I'll grab them until that, because my missing game is coming up. Brave Fencer Musashi. I'm sorry, not Brave Fencer. Brave Fencer Musashi. Obviously, it's the second one. Samurai Legend Musashi. Thank you. I couldn't get that out of my mouth. Samurai Legend Musashi. Brave Fencer is the first one on the PS1. Shadow of the Colossus is a must-have in a PS2 collection. Even though, once again, I have the HD, they're making that one obsolete. It's still a great game to have in your collection. It's definitely one of the flagship titles on the PS2. SNK Arcade Collection. There's a couple games in there like, what is it? Burning Fight. Burning Fight's a fun game to play when you're drunk. Sims 2. Sims is a guilty pleasure of mine. Not a lot of people know. I play a lot of Sims. I play a lot of Sims, man. Suffering. Ties of Bind. Suffering 1... I have an Xbox. Suffering 1 was... meh. You know, it was fun when it came out. Suffering 2 I really liked, personally. There was a lot more in-depth of, like, characters and, enemies and detailing, and there was a lot of famous people who did voiceovers, so it made the voice acting a little bit better. But Suffering Ties of Bind was a good game. Nothing, like, too crazy scary about it. It was just a good third-person action game. Silent Scope, someone gave that to me. I have no desire to ever play it. So that's 2 games I never played on here. Okay. You're about to notice which one's missing. Okay, so Silent Hill Shattered Memories. Someone told me that Shattered Memories is crap. You must have played it on the PS2. Play it on the Wii. 10 times better, I'm telling you. Silent Hill Origins, which I did not like. I think Kyle liked it, right? Weird. Silent Hill 2, regular edition. Right to Silent Hill 3. My Silent Hill 2 Greatest Hits is being borrowed by somebody right now, and that is actually more expensive than the Silent Hill 2 regular edition, because Silent Hill 2 Greatest Hits is Restless Dreams. They wanted to borrow HD Collection, and I said, no, you borrow this one, you play this one. And I still haven't gotten it back, and it's been a few months, and I hound them every day, bring that goddamn game back. Silent Hill 3 I love. Silent Hill 4 The Room. Silent Hill 4 The Room is kind of like what Final Fantasy 13 was to me. I mean, 12 was to me. I didn't really like it when it came out, because I know from following it that it's not a Silent Hill game. It was never intended to be a Silent Hill game. It was supposed to be just The Room, a new game entirely, a new IP. And I don't know, maybe Konami got scared. They thought it wouldn't sell, so they had it tweaked to fit Silent Hill. And obviously the story fits perfectly with Silent Hill. But I feel like when a company does that, it's really half-assed. I don't appreciate it. I don't. I don't know. I like the game for what it is, and I like the game more now that, like, Homecoming and Downpour came out, And now I look at Silent Hill 4 as being like the last real Silent Hill. But when that game first came out, I mean, I beat the shit out of it, and I was just like, it still didn't feel right. You know what I mean? I don't know. All right, we got here Trapped. Trapped took me a long time to get. I've always looked at Trapped and I was like, meh. And then I finally realized that it's just part of the Deception series. So even if you've ever played like Tecmo's Deception, Kagro's Deception, Deception 3, Dark Delusion, Trapped is Deception 4. And I didn't know that for a long time, and I avoided it. And, Deception games are like top tier to me. I love the Deception games. It's just Home Alone with a lot of violence. That's all Trapped is. It's all the Deception games are if you've never played them. Time Splitters 1 and 2. Great multiplayer FPSs. A lot of fun. A lot of fun when you're drinking and play. Tribes Ascend. Remember, this is one that says it. Goodbye Halo. It didn't work out for you, Tribes, did it? And then Tekken Tag Tournament. That's also a must. I'm not a huge Tekken fan at all. I don't really like Tekken at all. That was one game I played at the arcades ridiculous amounts. And then there's my games that are in small sleeves. I don't know why. 007, Everything or Nothing. I actually liked it. Indigo Prophecy, a.k.a. Fahrenheit in the UK. Amazing. I like it better than Heavy Rain. It's the same company. It's the same style game. So if you've never played Indigo Prophecy, you should definitely give it a try. Shadow of Destiny. I got this on PSP as well. Shadow of Destiny is fucking amazing. It's a time-traveling game. You got to go back. Laundry's done. You got to go back and you got to change your... wouldn't that be creepy as shit if there was somebody standing back there? I just realized you could see down my hallway. Shadow of Destiny, you need to go back and you need to stop yourself from dying. But there's a whole bunch of other stuff that gets fucked in there, and a lot of taboo, all kinds of shit. All right. Twisted Metal Black. This is the Twisted Metal Black with the online. Obviously, I would get that. Def Jam Fight for New York. I love Def Jam Fight for New York. Fight for New York is definitely one of my favorite fighting games of all time. And I would say it's underappreciated, but it did sell a lot. But it didn't sell enough to the point where EA was like, we should make a huge change in this game and just destroy it. If they went back and they re-released Fight for New York HD and didn't change roster or music or any of that shit, just like kept it the same, what you could do to your character, kept the story the same, because the story was awesome. Especially the part with Trejo, Danny Trejo, the very distinctive giant Mexican actor, Machete. His part was cool when you have to fight him in the subway. I love that. It's like, say goodbye, bitch. He's like, goodbye, bitch. Yeah, that was badass. But yeah, so my PS2 games. Obviously, it's not like a huge complete collection. I'm missing some games that some people would consider to be like amazing classics. I don't have your Suikoden's. Suikoden's definitely one that I know that a lot of people like Dan likes. But the games that I have, except for 2, I played the shit out of and I like a lot. That's what I'm trying to do with my older collections, is games that I played multiple times that, like, every time I go to try and, like, when I used to trade in games that I really used to struggle with trading in, and then, because back in the day I had to, that's the only way I could get new games. So now I'm slowly going back and being like, oh my god, I did not want to get rid of this game and buying it. And I pretty much did that with every game for my PS2 that I've traded in and regretted. Ico, which I know, Ico is one. And I can't really think of anything else that was on here that I was upset that I traded in. I think it was just Ico. But, yeah. So, stick around, because now that I'm over here, I might as well just do my Xbox Ones into my GameCube, into my PS1, and then handhelds. But thank you guys for watching.